Hello, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Real Talk Health Talk radio show. I'm your host, Dr. Barbara Samaroo, and I'm just here to talk some real talk about health situations and our country is in a crisis of many health issues. And so every week I just want to bring some information to you to help you on your journey to wellness, on your journey to health and wellness. And last week we talked about emotions and coming into 2022 uh, with positive attitudes. And I was explaining how positive attitudes versus negative attitudes, mental attitudes, can affect how our health is and how we think. So when we think positive things, when we see ourselves, being healthy, then we can surely obtain health and optimal health if we see ourselves as healed, whatever diagnosis, whatever your issues are, whatever's going on in your life right now, you're here, you're alive, you're breathing, you're moving, right? And so I want to bring to this platform different modalities of what does holistic look like? What does that mean? That means your mind, your spirit, and your body, how all three affect each other. So this is very important information. It's not the most glamorous information. I'm not, but it is very important information. I pray that you would learn something each week. I do have my lines open, my phone available, and across your screen you will see for information to call me at 240-695-6677. You can visit me on my website at drbhealingcorner.com, and you can send me an email as well at drbhealingcorner@gmail.com. If you'd like to ask questions toward the end of the show, I'd love for you to just call in this number at 240-695-6677 and ask a question or give a comment, things like that. I'm really striving for this platform to be interactive, and I'm going to be bringing people on my show as well. That's coming. That's in the making. And so that we can really have some real talk, health talk about health and about situations. I'd like for you to get in the habit, if you're coming on my show on Friday nights, to get some oil in your hands. I'm using some relief oil. It's a mixture of oils, but just get some oils in your hands so we can do some deep breathing exercise before we get started in with the show. I like to do that, and then I pray, and then we'll get right into the subject matter tonight. We're going to be talking about liver health and some things that you can do to fortify the liver and the detoxification system. So let's just take a minute to just take some breathing, some deep breaths with our oils. We want to breathe that in and count to 4. And then we want to breathe out, releasing. When you come into this atmosphere, my business is called the Healing Corner. So I always want it to be very positive energy coming through. And so I want God to just download things in me that's pertinent, that's relative to what you're going through. And so I believe that breathing in these oils helps to get our mind and our heart just settle ourselves into this present moment. Breathe out. Just get our minds connected with our heart, and let's be present in this moment to know that good health is our choice, and that we're going to learn some great things to help us on our way. Every week I just want to bring different information to you that is going to be very beneficial to you. Father God, we come to you tonight in that mighty, matchless name, Lord Jesus. I just give you all the praise, I give you all the glory, and I give you all the honor tonight. I ask that you touch everyone within the sound of my voice right here on this platform and people who are connected with them, Lord God, that, that they would open their hearts and their mind to receive what you have for them tonight. I ask that you speak through me and help me deliver the message and information in a way that people would receive and change to become the very best that you have called us to be in this day and time. I thank you in advance for what you're going to do and what you are doing right now in the lives of your people. And I give you all the praise and the glory and the honor tonight. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. So we're going to talk about the liver tonight. Change this. Loving your liver, right? And I'm going to share some products tonight. Normally I don't do it, but I said tonight I'm going to share some things because these are some great products to help to cleanse and build up the liver. And that's so important that we work on the liver. We've been through Christmas, we've been through Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and all. We're just party, and having fun. And it's time, the liver is asking for some help right now. So we need to, I'm going to show you how to help your liver. How about that tonight? I think that's very necessary. It's a good topic tonight. The amazing liver. So the liver is a biochemical mastermind of the body. The Chinese say that the liver harmonizes function of all other organs of the body. And that's what Chinese traditional medicine is. It focuses a lot around the liver. It doesn't matter, for all organs, helps with all these other, but it really functions on pulling that, balancing the liver. That's what Chinese traditional medicine does. Liver health is extremely important to our overall health. Sorry, let me move this. And this is a liver health check, a checklist that you can kind of know where you are with your liver. If you ask yourself, I'm having difficulty relaxing in the evening and getting to sleep. I feel groggy in the morning. I don't wake up feeling rested and refreshed. You think you're getting your sleep. You think but in the morning you wake up and you're just not feeling like you really slept in it. You're still tired. You're still, just feel like you just have not rested. You get headaches frequently. I have skin problems such as acne, age spots, dry skin, or rashes. I have PMS problems for women and prostate problems for the men. These are all things that are related. All these things are related to the liver is where we would look at. I sometimes feel pressure or discomfort under my right rib cage. I'm easily angered, irritated, and discouraged. You see, this is so important. This is where our emotions are tied to our tissues. Our issues are tied to our tissues. This is right here. If you feel angered, irritated, or easily agitated, then we have to look at the liver, some liver issues. I often say when people are out there on the road, when I'm driving, I'm telling you, I live in the DMV, and sometimes it is challenging to just go out and drive. There are people so angry, and they will just cut you off, and you're sitting at a light. You're sitting at a red light, and they don't have the patience to wait, so they just cut you off, and I'm saying, and I used to react to that. But now I look at things and I say, God, these people are in a hurry. Their anxiety levels are off the roof, and they need to cleanse their liver. They have anger issues, and that's why, because the liver is irritated and needs cleansing. I have a lot of health problems and can't figure out what's wrong. I often feel sluggish or lethargic. I often have a difficult time concentrating, that brain fog. My bowels move less than once a day. I experience nausea, motion sickness, and morning sickness. All this is a checklist. Any of these symptoms that you feel, this would be the first thing the first question I'm always going to ask a person, because if you have one or more of these, you're more than likely not moving. The bowels are not moving like they should. And so that would be my first question, of how that's working. And then we know that everything, is going to affect the liver as well. So if we start cleansing the liver, Your bowels are going to start moving better. And how do we do that? Well, one, it's how do we eat? How we eat and those kind of things. We're going to go through this, and I'm going to give you um, some remedies to help you, but also I want to talk about the diet as well. So this is understanding the liver, the biliary system. This is just a drawing here of how everything's kind of connected, and we're going to go through this. It is a filter for the digestive tract, right? So the hepatic portal vein carries blood from the gastrointestinal tract and spleen to the liver, and there it breaks down into a second bed of capillaries where nutrients are processed and toxins are filtered out. This allows the liver to process nutrients and toxins from the digestive tract. You see how all these everything is. You see the gallbladder in here, and when we do not filter out this liver and clean this out like we need to, all this is where this gets like stony, right? That's where gallstones form, and they form from cholesterol, and they get hard. They're calcifications. And so then we get pain, and we go to the doctor and they say, "Oh man, you have gallstones." So what's the first thing that they do? They don't they don't give you a cleanse. They don't tell you to go clean your liver, or change your diet or do any of that. But it's just take it out. Well, when you take this out, this has many functions as well. It's especially helping you to break down even good fats or any fat. It's very important. And so when you take the gallbladder out, you are putting stress on the liver. It's right attached right up under there. And every part that God made for us has a purpose. And we can't just say, "Oh, well, you don't need that, so let's take it out and throw it away." You have to try to clean our bodies up, clean up these things first, and strengthen that, because your liver definitely has the ability to regenerate. I believe all organs, all cells have that ability to regenerate. However, what are we doing to help it regenerate in a strong way? And that's very, very important. So your body's three lines of immune defense. The first one is the mucous membranes of the digestive and respiratory passages. These are your body's primary line of immune defense. That's why when I see on the scan and I see the mucus, the mucosal membrane is inflamed, I know that there's some things like there's a lot of inflammation going on in the system, and things need to be cooled down. And what is the best way to to put out a fire, inflammation? First thing is water. Drinking more water is going to help to dilute a lot of things and to help push things out, right? So I'm just saying this because I see this mucous membranes, and I'm thinking about the scans that I do and how these things show up. And then the second, all blood from the digestive tract is sent to the liver via the hepatic vein, making the liver the second line of immune defense. This allows the liver to process nutrients and filter toxins and send some toxins back to the digestive tract via the bile. Now, can you imagine that if our liver is so congested and can't function the way it needs to do, and how this affects our immune system? Right? So we can't it's not one thing, one quick fix to help boost that immune. It's many things. It's many things in the body. When one system is off or is weakened, then they're all off in some way. But this is very serious right here. The colon and the liver, all of the gastrointestinal system, all roads lead back to that. And when I do iridology, I show that picture of how the colon is in the middle, and all the reflexes from the iris are connected to that colon and to this gastrointestinal system. So that's the first thing we have to look at to clean up all the other things. So this liver is very, very important. The third, toxins get past the liver into the blood. And the blood causes the glandular activity to increase to push toxins out of the body, making the glands the third line of defense. So glands, your endocrine system. We have your exocrine and endocrine system. And the glands kick in to do their job to push toxins out. And that's very important. So it all, like again, all systems work together. So the body's warehouse. That's the liver. The liver is able to remove nutrients absorbed from the digestive tract and also store them for later use. It stores nutrients such as your vitamin A, your B12, your D's, your E's, and K and various minerals. So it also buggers the blood sugar by storing excess glucose as glycogen or fat, and it also stores extra blood to be released as needed. Right? And so this is where the blood, the blood is the life of the flesh, and it's filtered. It goes through, it brings things in through the liver, but it also goes through the kidney. So remember, and the blood goes everywhere. So whatever is left and not filtrated from the blood, right, and cleaned up, it's carried all throughout the whole body from head to toe, because the blood is the life of the flesh. Without blood, if you bleed out, you have no life left, right? If you're anemic and you feel that weakened state, so the blood is very important. It's also the fat regulator, creates bile which digests fats and helps the body absorb fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. It converts essential fatty acids such as GLA, EPA, and DHA into the lipoprotein forms, cholesterol, necessary to allow transport via the bloodstream. So you're getting a little anatomy, a little lesson there in how all this stuff works. It's also, the liver is a cholesterol balancer. It makes lipoproteins, cholesterol, to transport the fats through the body. So the LDL takes fats to the tissues, and the HDL brings fats back into the liver. It eliminates excess cholesterol by using it to make bile. More than 50% of the body's cholesterol is used for this purpose. But it can't do that if our cholesterol is high and things are functioning. This is if it's functioning properly, and you would have a normal cholesterol levels. Also, protein metabolism. So the liver processes proteins, converting amino acids into other amino acids that the body needs. It constructs blood proteins and other protein compounds needed by the body. Now, for the meat part, I would mostly say the blood type O's and the blood type B's would be more concerned about this than a blood type A. A's do not need this kind of protein. That's for another lesson, but I'm just putting that out there. It also constructs blood proteins and other protein compounds needed by the body. It also manufactures carnitine from lysine. And carnitine moves fats into the mitochondria, which is your powerhouse in the cell, where they are used to generate energy. So that's so important. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. So what we do for that is very, very important. So it's like your quality control lab. The liver filters the blood from the intestines and general circulation and helps remove harmful chemicals and bacteria. It breaks down ammonia and other toxins created in the colon by bacteria. It also helps to prevent harmful substances from the colon from entering the general circulation. And again, that is if everything is working optimally. Because when we're talking about leaky gut problems, this is what happens. Breakdown. All this stuff spills out into the blood, and then again filters through the body. And this is where sickness is, where tissues break down. Remember that when we talk cellular level, cells make up tissues, tissues make up organs, and organs make up body systems, right? And so I want to break that all the way down when we're talking about cellular level, all the way down to the cells. And how are they regenerating? Right? How are they? What are we doing to help those cells regenerate healthy? It's like a chemical factory. Just about every nutrient must be converted into its proper biochemical form by the liver to be stored, transported, and used by cells. The liver produces thousands of enzymes that assist in building up or breaking down various chemicals the body needs to maintain health. It activates B vitamins into their biologically active coenzyme form. The liver converts the thyroid hormone, thyroxine, the T4, into more active form, T3, and an inadequate conversion may lead to hypothyroidism, chronic fatigue, weight gain, poor memory, and other debilitating conditions. This is what I'm talking about. This is every system in the body has something to do with the next one. They're all intertwined. So if one is off, one is weak, then they're all going to be off in some way. And some will be weaker than others. And so that's where we have to go to the root issue in this, with all of this, even thyroid, whatever the roots. You've got to make sure that the channels of elimination are working. All channels of elimination are working properly. It's very important to understand that. So reproductive hormones. The liver breaks down excess estrogens and other reproductive hormones to keep hormones balanced. Helps maintain hormonal balance during a woman's reproductive cycle to keep health and mood stable. So we know that when, us women, when we are moody and depressed and, just irritated and all that, we have to look at the liver. Or even hot flash, menopause, all that stuff. We have to look at the liver. What's the condition of the liver? How are we cleaning that, and how is all of our channels of elimination also working? How is all of that? That's the checklist we go back to. Lactic acid processing. Lactic acid is produced when glucose is metabolized, and high levels of lactic acid makes muscles sore. Liver extracts the lactic acid from the bloodstream and converts it into glycogen. So when you're when you're overworked and you're in a lot of pain from acidity, again, you got to work on the liver. You got to work on your channels of elimination, drinking more water. All those things are crucial, very important. And here we go again, the liver and blood sugar. The liver creates the GTF, glucose tolerance factor, for chromium, niacin, and possibly glutathione, which is needed for the hormone insulin to properly regulate blood sugar levels. That's a whole lot I just said in that sentence right there. It's very, very important. The liver plays a big part in that because it also affects the pancreas. It serves as the main glucose buffer, preventing high or low extremes of blood sugar. When blood sugar is high, the liver converts excess sugar into glycogen or fat under the influence of insulin. And when the blood sugar levels are low, the liver releases stored glycogen under the influence of glucagon. And if the liver does not break down insulin fast enough, then hypoglycemia results because the circulating insulin continues to lower blood sugar. So this is a very touchy thing, balancing blood sugar. And again, changing the diet, changing the thought and emotion, working on our emotions, those kind of things is very, very important. But understanding this, what role does the liver play in all of this? It's not just the pancreas. The liver is very, very important in this process. And that is why with Chinese traditional medicine, all of their products work toward that. I mean, bringing those things in, all the elements into a balance. It's also a waste processing facility. Main poison detoxificating organ in the body. The liver must break down every substance toxic to the body, including metabolic waste, insecticides, and pesticides, residues, drugs, alcohol, etc. When you're on a lot of medication, the liver is the first line of defense. It's breaking that stuff down. It also breaks down and eliminates excess hormones, neurotransmitters, and damaged red blood cells. That's its job, to do that. But imagine if we're doing it over, if we're putting so much in there, giving it so much work and overworking the liver, and we're not cleaning it up, right? We're not. It's like pouring all kind of food and trash and everything into a garbage disposal and never turning that on until for it to, and making sure that it's working properly, and for it to pass through. And it gets clogged up, right? So it's so important that we are good to our liver. You be good to your body, and it will be good to you. And this is just a chart of kind of breaking that stuff down, breaking the toxins, phase one detoxification, just kind of, and then the going gallbladder, breaking the fat and all that down, and then the blood goes through the kidneys and that kind of thing. And that's why I just kind of showing you how it's all interlocked there. So liver stagnation, congestion in the liver can cause buildup of congestion in the inferior vena cava, in the heart, and this creates problems in the entire venous circulation in the lower half of the body, which can compromise valve function. Right, the swelling, circulation issues, all of that. Again, we have to go back. I see some people in some very sad situations because they go to the doctor, they get blood work done. And again, let me say this because I am on a radio show and I know people are listening to me, and I don't ever want you to think that I'm against medical care. I am not. I believe in doctors, okay? I absolutely believe in them. However, it is not their responsibility to they're not responsible for your health. You are responsible for your health, right? They can only get your blood work, go by the numbers that they know. They can only do so much for you. They're not home with you to tell you what to do. They don't even learn a lot about nutrition. They learn about what the numbers are, what to do in this situation. So therefore, it is up to you to learn and seek and find answers for your situation. But what I'm saying is, I see a lot of people who go to the doctor, and their blood sugar is very high. And so we're going to say blood sugar challenges, diabetes, whatever you want to call it, even hypoglycemia, because if you have one, you might have both. And they go in, and the doctor looks at the numbers, and they're telling you need to change your diet, but they don't tell you how to change the diet. And if the numbers are go up, and they have you on a certain amount of insulin or medication or whatever, it's not working, so they're going to up the dose or increase the insulin and all these things. And so when you increase these things and you're never changing anything, then it has a great effect, an adverse effect on the entire body. And when I see people with very swollen ankles, swollen legs, feet, they're so swollen to the point that they don't know what to do, and they're still eating the same way, and think that there's so much pain they can hardly move, they can hardly walk. They're in so much pain because at this point the liver is really not working much at all, if any. It's really bare minimum. Everything is working at a bare minimum at this point. So what do? You continue to go get medication, continue to take it, continue to eat the same way, right? And the liver's getting weaker and weaker and weaker. because it's first line of defense when we're taking in drugs, medications. So we have to stop somewhere and say and ask ourselves, what am I eating that's not right for my blood type? What am I doing? What is going on here? Am I doing anything to cleanse? Do I think that it's normal? Do I think that it's normal if I'm only having one bowel movement a week? Is that normal? Absolutely not. That's not normal. It is not normal. We are supposed to be eliminating from at least 2 times a day. At least 2 times a day to 3 times a day. And if you are at a point that you're only eliminating once a week, twice a week, or whatever it is, then you need to be going a lot more once you get on something to help push these things out. And I'm talking about natural things to help to strengthen the colon. Because while you're working on the colon, the whole GI tract, then you are working on the liver, cleansing it. And that's why I believe in the hepatic system. But we're going to go through some remedies here for the liver that's going to help with all of these issues. But I have to bring this to the forefront because I see people are suffering. People are suffering. You hear me? They can't get up out of their chair. They can't even walk from their chair out to the bathroom. And the doctors can't help them. They're going to come in and they're going to see the medication needs to be increased because these numbers are this. And what is that doing for you? It's going to literally make you sicker and sicker. So somewhere we have to get a hold of ourselves and change our mind and understand, have a higher understanding that, hey, this is not what God intended for me. This is not what He wants for me. However, we have to have a principle of what are we eating. We cannot expect God to heal us and we're going to the drive-through every day. We can't expect God to heal us and ask Him to turn the stones into bread. And if you go to McDonald's and you buy food and you let it sit, you will see what I'm talking about. And that's the truth. It's not food. There's no nutrients in this food whatsoever. And so it's so important what we're putting into the Gland Canyon. It's very important to understand that what we are putting into this Gland Canyon is affecting everything. How you think, how you see, everything is affecting everything you do. And God has called His people to a higher way. But we like the flesh, we like what we like. We like to eat what we like to eat. So there's a price to pay if you want quality health. So if you buy a nice car, buy a brand new car, and you're putting in gas, right? You want to put good gas into your car. You don't want to put the wrong gas in because it won't last. It's going to cost you more later on if you don't put the right fuel in. And this is another thing I hear a lot, that the cost of eating healthy is very expensive. Can I tell you something? The cost of not eating healthy is far, far greater toward the end of life. Do you know, I have seen people literally have gasping for breath, for the last breath. Literally, I've seen this. Drowning in their own fluids, drowning because they can't catch that breath because the body starts to shut down. And what do? Put more medication on, put more, right? And so medication is necessary in the event that you have a chronic condition. It is necessary. But while you're on the medication, getting things into balance, getting things where you need to be, you're not at life and death. What are you doing different to overcome that so that you don't have to depend on those things forever? Forever. The things that I see going on, it amazes me. And I thank God every day. Do you hear me? Every day that I've never gotten on no bandwagon with that one medication here, then here you go another one. I wouldn't even know what to do with all that. I wouldn't know what to do. And that's the truth. Because I take herbs every day like it's my meal, with my meals. I have supplements downstairs where I work, in my office where I work, and in my bed. So different times I'm taking different things, just taking that nutrient in. Even if I can't get it all from food, I take it in. And I thank God because it's helped my immune system. It's helping me to be healthy. And I do a lot of oils, lots and lots of oils to de-stress. I just put it on my head. I put oils all over just to bring down anxiety. And because in this, where we are right now, life is full of adversity, full of it. But we have to take care of this vessel that God has given us. It's very important. I'm sorry, I sidebar got off track there. So, signs of a congested, overworked liver: that difficulty relaxing in the evening, groggy feelings in the morning, stuffed, bloated abdomen. And I see this in people, you know. I see this swell, and a lot of times it's in the men, and people think it's a beer belly. It's not. It's because it's liver. It's they're not cleansing. They're not releasing. And then on the emotional level, what are you afraid of? Why are you not letting go of your past? What is going on that you're not releasing? And you're holding on to the past, holding on to things. These are things that we have to ask ourselves. This is what, as a holistic doctor, this is what I do. I want to know every part. What is the root cause of everything that's happening with you? Because our feelings and our issues in life are definitely tied to our tissues. And like I said, I say it all the time. It doesn't show up in your 20s. Issues of life from even when you were in your mother's womb and brought in baggage. So you're a product of someone else's issues, right? And then we go through life with our own and we don't ever deal with any of it. We just stuff feelings. And so by the time you're 40, and sometimes younger, but by the time you're 40, I'm telling you, the liver's tired by this time. And things are going to start breaking down, and this is when disease is going to show up in some form or fashion. Whether it's autoimmune, which is a whole umbrella. Autoimmune is just an umbrella name for many, many issues. Diabetes is an autoimmune issue. And we have to get to those roots. We have to get to the emotional state of that to begin to let go, to begin to deal with these things. So when you heal those areas in your life, I'm telling you, a lot of things will leave the body. And I'm going to have some guests on here. They're going to give some testimonies and can tell you right straight up how emotions made them sick, and how when they were dealing with it on the emotional level and working on their diet and doing these things, how life has changed for them. So it's very possible, and it's a fact. It's the truth of what's happening, that our issues are tied to our tissues. Another sign is no obvious disease, but just don't feel well. You don't feel well, you go to the doctor, they don't see anything wrong, everything is fine, but you know something's wrong. Then they came up with the name, which isn't real, and I'm not saying it's not real. Fibromyalgia. I'm not saying that's not real. But it's a lot of symptoms of a lot of things that's causing this issue. The fibromyalgia. Brain fog, feeling anxious or irritable. All of these is an overworked, congested liver. I would work on the liver and see how you feel within 2 weeks. And I'm telling you, it will change. You're gonna feel different. So these are some foods to help the liver. So your dark green leafy vegetables, right? And you can take a picture of this screen. I can never share my PowerPoint, but you can absolutely take some pictures. But these are some things, these vegetables, cruciferous vegetables, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, those kind of things, red beets. Lemon water is very good for flushing the liver. And I tell people, even people with cancer, and even if you don't have cancer, this is kind of a preventative. If you take, I like the KitchenAid blender because it really blends. If you take a lemon, the whole lemon, and cut it up, take out the seeds, and even with the skin, and blend that thing up. It is bitter, and you could take a little xylitol if you want, or maybe honey or something. It's better if you could do it like this, and drink that. It goes in the cells and just washes, just washing some things. That lemon is very powerful. And please make sure that it is organic and it is not a GMO, because GMOs will not help you with anything. So I'm just telling you, if it doesn't have a seed, then it's not going to help you. Even though you're going to take the seeds out of the lemon, you want to make sure that they have seeds, right? Black cherries, blueberries, and other sour fruits, all those are good. Blueberries are antioxidants. Black cherries and tart cherries help to clean up, like people have gout, those kind of that acid, uric acid, helps to break all that stuff out. So it's helping to wash out that liver for that as well. And I'm going to share some supplements for the liver health, and this is through Nature Sunshine. And if you are interested in talking to me about any of this stuff, you can call me at this number, 240-695-6677. This is a company that I've been with over 20 years, that I see people healed and delivered. You hear me, with these kind of because of the quality that it is. But these are some single herbs: blessed thistle, burdock, dandelion, chickweed, milk thistle, Oregon grape, red clover. All these are single herbs that help to cleanse and detox the liver. The nutrients to help build it up and strengthen it are the alpha lipoic acid, Berberine IR. I use this for people with high blood sugar. It helps to get that whole microbiome in a balance. So it's helping that liver, but it's helping the entire gastrointestinal system. Very, very good. And this, I mean, for natural, this can really help to balance some blood sugar if you are not already on something very strong, right? Um, but these are things, if you want to call me, I can talk more about it with you. Curcumin, the BP is with black pepper for the way that it's helps deliver it. Curcumin, turmeric is very powerful, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. Indole 3 carbinol is really broccoli, but it's a strong concentrate. This helps the liver. It helps with balancing hormones, especially for women. So this helps to really clean up that liver, because when you're feeling the hot flash and those things, you have to look at the liver. N-acetylcysteine is another great, it helps the liver, builds it up. SAMe is something very great for the liver, especially if a person is dealing with like depression, just feeling just blah, just don't feel like they can get up, they can make a change. They feel like SAMe, it would be a play in this particular, because it will help to cleanse that liver, but it will help lift that mood as well. And also vitamin C. Vitamin C helps to clean up and help to repair the mucosal membranes, those kind of things, and boost the immune system. So it's very cleansing too, the vitamin C. Bpx, this is one of my favorites, Bpx, to clean the colon. But it is, these are the ingredients in, this is a blend of all these things are in this Bpx. And the properties, it's traditional blood purifier. It is a formula from Dr. Christopher. Um, it aids in the liver and lymphatics, and milk laxative action. Milk thistle. I think milk thistle must be in here. I'm not sure if it's in this one, but it is a laxative action. It's very it's not harsh at all. It helps, you're going to feel good in the stomach, all of that, for digestion, all of that. Stimulates bile flow, helps with sluggish liver, skin conditions, and general liver stagnation. This is a formula I really love, this Bpx. Gallbladder formula, I put a lot of people on this, especially if it shows up on the scan, because it helps to stimulate that bile flow. It's a digestive stimulant, carminative, and antispasmodic. Meaning, what does that mean? That means helps to move the colon, but not, if so, let's say a person might have episodes with the colon that, might be painful, like spasms. like I wouldn't say colitis, maybe IBS, things like that. Well, this will help also. Is an anti spasmodic herb. Action. Mild lymphatic and liver remedy. So this is mild, right? But this isn't. But if this comes up, I tell people way in front. This is something you need to do at least 3 months of this to help clean up that gallbladder, and it's also helping with the liver as well, so that you wouldn't get stones. This is a liver cleanse, Live A, Liva, and this is a cleanse. This is in a bottle. This is a blend. This is a blend right here. All of these things here. And it's a gentle liver cleanse formula and a digestive tonic. It's a mild diuretic action, no laxative action, and it does help to build the blood. As you can see, red beetroot is at the top, so that's a blood tonic. So yellow dog, all of that helps to enrich the blood, but it's very good. This is a very good blend here as well. Live J, same thing, is a blend, and this is the ingredients in the Live J. It's a mild liver and digestive tonic, stimulates digestion, and gently cleanses the liver, and has mild diuretic action. So in the beginning, with someone dealing with some severe issues, I would start mildly. I would help them in a mild way so they could just start to see some changes, and then we would get the body used to taking herbs, taking the things that you need to take, and understanding that herbs are foods, medicinal foods, to help the body get what it needs. So when the body gets the nutrients that it needs, it has the amazing ability to heal itself. So I'm not telling you these are medicines that are going to help heal you and all. These are things that your body needs, ingredients, nutrients that it needs, so that it can regenerate healthy cells, stronger, healthy cells. That's very important. This is an Enviro Detox. It's another good formula that I love, and it has all of these ingredients in there. And so it's a stronger liver detoxification formula. It's a mild laxative and a hepatoprotective effects, meaning it builds up, helps, because that milk thistle down there. Milk thistle helps to build up the liver as well as cleanse it as well. So that is in this formula here. Helps digestion and intestinal flora. Also has a mild immune stimulant effect. Helps to boost that immune system. Has echinacea in there. Things like that. When you have your Bacillus coagulans, that's your probiotic is in there. Your echinacea, those kind of things, all of that helps to, and ginger, all this stuff helps to boost the immune system while it's cleaning up the liver and doing what it needs to do for the body. And then there's a liver balance. And these are all the this is liver balance is Chinese, is a Chinese traditional medicine, and these are the ingredients in that, and it helps to decongest the liver and improve liver function, eases liver stagnation, and it helps reduce feelings of irritability, and it also aids digestive function, and it's one of the best for all around liver formulas. I like their liver balance. And then blood stimulator. This right here is one of my very, very favorite. If they were to ever not have blood stimulator, I would be very upset, because women who are anemic and were taking iron, first of all, it's very difficult for the liver to break down iron, especially in a blood type O. And I look in eyes. When I look in the iris of the eyes, I can tell you that there are metabolic pigmentation that shows that the liver would have a hard time breaking down the iron supplements and things like that. And so blood stimulator is a wonderful Chinese traditional medicine that literally, it builds the blood up very fast. Now, you can't just take it as directed if you're dealing with some major issues for women, especially. But I have helped many women who were on the point of, emergency surgery, you know, um, for hysterectomy and those kind of things because they lost so much blood and they had so much, were so weak and they were young and they didn't want to have the surgery. So I told him, I said, well, to start off, I'm not telling you never to get the surgery, don't, but you can put it off if you can and start taking this at least 3 capsules 3 times a day of this blood stimulator. I'm telling you, in 3 days, people were seeing difference, seeing changes in how they felt and how the blood started building up. So if you get on these things and you see improvement, then you wait a little longer to see, do you still need surgery. Wait, as long as you can handle that. I mean, if you're on death's door, of course you have to go get the surgery. But we need to get in front of these things in the very beginning and understand even why women go through this. That's a whole nother subject right there. So if you are dealing with any of these issues, please call me so I can break it down better for you of things that you're eating that's causing these issues, like fibroids and those kind of things. So this is a very good for helping the build the blood by supporting the liver, reduces liver irritation, improves liver circulation, helpful for women with the heavy bleeding, and great for weakened liver conditions. That blood stimulator is for real. Now, milk thistle combination. Look at all the things that are in this formula here. This is so good. The vitamin A, the C, the choline, the N-isotal, milk thistle, N-acetylcysteine, and a dandelion. All this is a blend in this combination here and supports the liver detoxification, especially the glutathione conjugation, and helps protect the liver from environmental toxins. Great formula for people who work around chemicals to take daily. This formula here, people who work in hair salons, work with the chemicals, right? Or work even in the, what do you call it, the body shops, cars, paints, all that kind of stuff. This is a great formula. Working around a lot of chemicals and things like that. It's going to really help your liver. At least don't put all the, put so much pressure on the liver. At least you're cleaning some of it out. There's other things every 3 months that you should do even more than this, but this is a daily upkeep nutrient you should be taking in that situation. This is Detox Basics. This is a 14-day cleanse, and this has all these ingredients in it. This right here, and it supports the liver. It helps protect the liver from environmental toxins, supports healthy, friendly flora in the bowels, and it helps reduce inflammation and free radical damage. See that? So this is a lot of things in this Detox Basics, and I like that. And a lot of times when people have diabetes, I put them on this cleanse, and then there's another cleanse that I do as well, depending on what is actually going on with them. If they're craving a lot of sweets, sugar, things like that, then I put them on a different one to help reduce that. But in the most part, this is a very good cleanse to put someone on, for someone with diabetes to go on. It's very, very good. And then this hepatic system pack. Now this is something my daughter loves because it helps her skin. She has beautiful skin, flawless skin, but if she see one little thing, she's doing all this research, and this seems to be one of the biggest things that's helped her. This hepatic system. And this has milk thistle in it, the liver balance, the psyllium hulls, and this pack to support basic liver health, protects and decongests the liver, and it also helps to reduce cholesterol and remove environmental toxins. It's a great system pack. You can buy these things individual, but it's nice to have it in the pack so that you're taking it twice a day and taking one in the morning and one at night, and you'll see great results with this as well. Ayurvedic skin detox. This is the Indian herbs. That's what Ayurvedic is. And Nature Sunshine has a few of Ayurvedic blends that are absolutely beautiful. I love the skin detox. It helps to clear the liver and lymphatics, and it's a mild infection fighting properties, and it also helps to tone the bowel. So this is a great tonic right here. This the skin detox, Ayurvedic skin detox. And oh, sorry about that. And so we are at 5 minutes to 8 o'clock, and I would love if you all have questions that you can call me at 240-695-6677 and give me a comment. I wish that I could actually see you all, but this is a radio show, so um, calling in and ask your question. I'd love to address it right here on the radio. Um, But I just want to leave you with this one thing that is so important, that good health is your choice. And I don't care what your situation is. I don't care how far gone you think you are, or somebody's told you something, or you got a diagnosis. I want you to know that the God has made this body in such a way. That's why he said you are fearfully and wonderfully made. And we say that. We say those words, it's like a cliche. But let me tell you something. We are fearfully and wonderfully made in the way that intricately how he made this body to be able to um, regenerate cells. Can you imagine that? We regenerate our cells. So wherever your condition is, you can literally reverse some things just from doing a few steps at a time. We can't take the whole picture in, holistic picture in all at once. I know it is a lot to take in. But what I want to leave you tonight, the ABCs of health. We must activate our mind. We must have affirmations and speak life over ourselves, right? Life and death in the power of this tongue. What you speak over yourself, what you see, what you believe, you can achieve. So if you're dealing with colon problems, liver issues, lung issues, I don't care, whatever it is, whatever you're dealing with, I'm telling you to make a change today. Even if it's just for 1 week, just changing, get off sodas, get off sugary drinks, and start drinking water. Drinking at least 2 liters per day. Even if you get to the 2 liters per day, if you just start off with 1 liter, at least you're doing something as making a step into the healing process. And that's what I want to leave with you tonight. There is never give up hope. Because if God has you here, he has not taken you out of here yet, then you have a purpose. I have a purpose. I'm breathing. I thank God every day that I wake up. I ask him, what is my assignment for today? Who do I need to impact today? Somebody, I get calls all day. I don't know who is going to call me out of the blue and just needs a word, needs some encouragement. And that's what we have to do. If we're sick and tired, we don't even feel like getting up out of the bed. We don't feel like taking a walk. We don't feel like, helping anybody. You know what I'm saying? So first you have to start with you. Help yourself, right? Help you so that you can be of help to others, because that's our purpose, is helping one another in this life, in this world, and showing people the love of God through his son Jesus Christ. If I don't wake up tomorrow, I'm okay with that, because I know that I am giving everything that I possibly can giving out. People charge for these kind of things, and I'm on this show so that I can inform people, because it's so important that we are getting the word out, not just the gospel, but how to live this life. How do we do it? We can't preach the gospel if we're not healthy ourselves and be able to get up and really give what God has given us. We have to be examples. And so my prayer for you tonight is that you would take this information, take it to heart, think about it, research different things. Call me if you have questions about, cleansing, because you can't just get on any type of cleanse. Everybody's different. Everybody's situation is different. So I would love to help you in that area. So I thank you, God. I thank you for this show tonight. I thank you for everyone who has attended tonight. I thank you, God. I ask that you touch them tonight, God, right where they are, from the very crown of their heads to the very soles of their feet, God. Start healing them in their mind and in their hearts, oh God, that they would receive to understand that today is a day that I need to change something. And God, I give you all the glory and the praise in the precious mighty name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you so much. We're on the 8 o'clock hour. God bless you. I love you all. I hope to hear from you, and I have to go. So until next week, I'll see you next Friday. Take care.